Hello and welcome to the Doris Hall James Indie Show.
Speak up.
And we are so glad to be here tonight. It's been a long, long time, ever since March, around March or something like that. It's been a long time, but we're back now and we're getting it together. And I got some really good guests for you today. And I just want to say thank you for supporting the Indie Show. And we're ready to go. My guest tonight is over to my left. It's Terry Price. Terry Price is a songwriter, singer, arranger, producer. He has done it all. When I come down a little bit, I come to Kim Miller, and Kim Miller is on guitar. He's been playing forever and ever. He's the band leader of Instant Funk, who had Got My Mind Made Up. Do I have it right, Kim? Do
That's
I?
right. That's
Okay.
right.
Welcome to the Indie Show. And then I have Johnny Kroom over on my right. Hi, Johnny. How are you?
Hey,
Johnny's been writing and producing and arranging, and we were fortunate to go to his studio a couple months ago, and it is really laid out well. And he is still writing through all of the things that we're going through. Now, my conversation with all three of you tonight is that you're all musicians, you're all performers, and you all have it going on. But how are you continuing your music journey now while we're facing the pandemic? How are we doing that? What are you doing to continue your journey? Kim?
Well, what I'm doing is I'm just sitting around and probably doing what everybody else is doing, and
Huh?
using this time to write songs and to fix up a couple other like projects that I'm currently trying to launch. Which gives us a good time as far as active, like musically, like my gospel roots haven't stopped. Even though we do the services online like Facebook Live and YouTube and stuff. So I am getting a little exercise musically in that way. So that's how I'm doing it.
Well, Kim, how are you staying connected with your fan base? How are you doing that?
Well, with the social media, like I have the Instant Funk page. I have the Keiki Productions, which is my wife and I, which we do a lot of musical events and things.
Good.
And I have the like music workplace, which I'm in contact with artists all over the world.
What's the name
And
What's the name of it again?
it's the workplace.
Workplace. Okay.
Yeah, you know, and it gives me like a chance to contact with all of the artists.
Okay.
And it's strange though, because we're all having the same kind of conversations.
Yeah.
What do we do to keep ourselves active without going stir crazy? Which musicians want to be busy at all times and doing multiple things. So it's hard, when we get to sit still. Well, me personally, I sit still and I listen to my creator, that keeps me calm through all of the pandemic and to let me know that, I'm not in control of nothing and that
Yeah.
everything's
Yes.
going to be okay.
Yes.
So I have to continue doing what I do, but I just have to restructure it. Like I said, I'm in touch through like the social media, like we're doing now.
Okay.
This is the second best thing, so it's here, so why not use it?
Okay.
And it's been like working pretty good.
And Terry, how have you been keeping your musical journey going?
well, of course, I never stop writing
I know you write all
Mhm.
day.
all day long.
Terry writes all day. Go ahead.
And this thing now is this
Hmm.
time has given me, first and foremost, time to, just like Kim said, to kind of get in touch with yourself. You know what I mean? This
Okay.
quiet time you can reflect, and if you don't have a relationship with God, then now's the time to get one, because quiet is kept. This pandemic ain't going away until He say it goes
No,
away.
he says
That's
it's
right.
all right.
That's
And
Yeah.
right.
so I do a lot of that. Plus, of course, uh, along with my musical background, I've become a licensed minister through Mount Airy Baptist Church, and
Praise God.
Yes.
and
Yes.
so I have a lot of studying that I do that keeps me busy. But musically, I started my own publishing company. Have always had it, but really getting into it now, and very Terry music, and um, I'm working with a couple artists. You guys know,
Yes. Yes.
Valerie,
Yes.
and
Howie
and,
Ford.
uh, and I have a young lady named Jessica Cook.
Jessica
Then I have
Cook.
my son who's a rapper. I just mess around with them as far as trying to get their little projects off the ground, putting them on social media. I have my own web page now, um, and uh, it's very lucrative business out there with these tracks. These young kids, they really like tracks that are not samples. They
Yeah.
like that old stuff, and they throw their little yeah. So I'm like right with them.
Yeah.
So I rent a lot of studio time, uh,
Okay.
just doing kids, and I don't charge them that much.
Yes.
It'll be 20 an hour. They spend 2, 3 hours there. They leave with a little package.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it keeps me
And
busy.
social distance.
Hmm. What'd he say?
He said, "Are you keeping that social distance?"
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, well. I'm gonna tell you something. Since this COVID thing started, I haven't done that. Um, but because my wife won't let me. But if I could, I would.
Yeah.
Because I'm into, I can keep a distance. But like I said, you know, it's a good time to kind of reflect, because um, there's a lot of stuff going on out there as far as music and the way they're doing music now. So
Mhm.
I'm studying, and it's not the way it used to be. So
Right.
I kind of try to do my research, and I'm trying different things with these tracks, and I'm trying to go a different way. Once that girl won that Grammy, uh, uh, doing her project, her and her brother in their
Yeah.
bedroom,
Yeah.
that should
Mhm.
tell
Yeah.
you a lot of
Yeah.
things. That
Yeah.
should tell you everything. It ain't about
That's
the way
right.
it used to be,
That's
and
right.
this person and that person. You can do it yourself.
Yeah.
So so I
That's
just
right.
keep on fighting. You know what I mean? Keep on planting stuff, and hopefully I'll be doing a couple of things with Fat Larry's band.
Yes. We're
Uh,
working on it. It's a tough road to travel, but
yeah, I
we'll.
know, I
Okay.
know, but I got one for you now. I
Okay.
haven't even sent it to you yet.
Okay. Well, I'm listening. Okay. I'm
Okay, all
listening.
right, all
Okay.
right. See
Johnny, how about yourself?
Pretty much the same thing that these guys are doing, just staying busy, recording. I have a lot of, well, I don't want to say a lot, but I have a residual kind of thing that I have about, I don't know, a good number of clients that comes through doing full projects. So it kind of
Mhm.
keeps me busy. And sometimes in the creative aspect of it, I can't spit the music out fast enough. So it just kind of keeps me busy, with that kind of thing. And then I do a lot of different other things, commercials, um, I talk dialogue things that folks come in for. I do a lot of stuff for a few churches, and
Mhm.
just staying busy.
Right.
I did some things for you guys.
Mm.
Yes, we do.
For,
We're
for, for
waiting
fun.
for it.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you guys, because you have to keep yourself going and involved, because like I stay home and I just do all kinds of things, and I try to learn new things as I go, you know,
Mm-hmm.
keep my mind active. And I too, I pray a lot, and ask God to lead the way for me.
That's right.
And he has been leading the way for me and my family. and showing us, the right things to do and how to do what he wants us to do. So I understand all that, and I'm working on some tunes that, like Terry sent some tracks, and I'm trying to get some lyrics and some melody to go to those tracks, So because it's going to end, and when it end, we'll be back out there doing things, maybe not the same way, but we'll be able to continue. Now I know it's a lot musicians out there that really make their living off live music, you know. So I wonder, what are they doing now if they can't perform? Do you guys know?
Well, I'll say this. From a musical point of view, one thing that maybe even people just getting in the business, or somebody is doing something on a stay busy kind of level. This is a business that you have to be creative in what you're doing. Like people who work a lot are mostly people who create their own work, and that's something that most musicians don't necessarily understand. They understand it as they move forward and become veterans in it and things like that, but it's not usually from somebody having a great song or a great talent or this, that, or the other. The first thing that they really do, they build a platform that supports what they do. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And when that supports what they do, whatever it is that you do, when it's time for that to become successful, it becomes successful. But if you don't have a platform that sustains whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's working yourself or coming up with shows or creating some kind of production, anything, whatever it is that you do, it has to be something that that can create something that will support the situation. And if you really kind of think about it, most people who are really successful, they're not, their concentration is not on the actual product, like the song or the music or this, that, and the other. That's the vehicle. What they're really concentrating on is the hard part. How do I get this to the masses? How can I do something that when I do such and such, it will be so big that I can bring my song in now. I don't have to be concerned with someone's opinion of how I think it needs to be done or this, that, and the other. Like you were just mentioning earlier about, I wasn't even familiar with that, but the person that created the song in their bedroom and won a Grammy. Now, however that went and what have you, it's
He had
just
a
the whole
platform.
thing of creating, something that brings you towards something. The days of, as I was saying earlier, Terry, uh, um, in my beginning years of as a musician, he wrote a song for Gene Carn back in the '80s, and it was a #1 hit song. That was my first tour that I did with Gene Carn and Norman Connors. Back then, it was about the label. It was about the structure of the label. It was about um, everything had its own compartments, that it all worked. Now, the only thing about the label that artists didn't understand, that they didn't understand that it took a lot to break a record. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of promotion. It takes a lot of inside situations that does all of that. Well, today it's kind of the same thing, but you can do it yourself if you can create something that will bring such and such to your platform. If
So,
you all
so are you saying that there's a lot of transferable skills that a musician or entertainer has, and they have to utilize those transferable skills to keep their music alive? Is that what you said?
Absolutely. They're doing it all the time. When you
Yeah.
look at Facebook or YouTube or things like that, people who generate 100,000 followers or 1 million followers or and any of those things, that's not just something that happens. That's somebody that's working that
Yeah.
particular situation. You understand what I'm saying? And then they pull that energy turns into power, that you can take that situation somewhere If it was a label, you can take that situation, because when you really think about this. A record company is in the business of moving records. When you really kind of think, when it really all comes down to it, it's not really an artist driven situation. It's a business. It's moving records. So when a company looks at an artist, of course, I would imagine that they would want that artist to be talented. They would want that artist to have some kind of flair for that label. But what they really want that artist to have is a major following, because the major following kind of speaks for that artist. You know what I'm saying? Does that kind of make sense?
That makes
Yes.
sense. Let me go over Kim for a minute.
Mhm.
Input, Kim?
Yeah, well, I was listening, and he's absolutely right. But to like piggyback off of what he's saying, you had asked, what are artists doing now, plus other than what he's saying, the one thing that a lot of artists do is they file for the unemployment, which they can get. A
Oh
lot
yeah.
of artists don't know that it's there for them. You have to
Yes.
go inside the site from whatever state you're in, and you put it in,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, like, you're going to get turned down at first, but you put it in again, and then they give it to you. That's what a lot of artists are doing, which calm down that panic,
Yeah.
because, like, as you said earlier, like, a lot of artists, this is what they do to support themselves and their families, and when this COVID hit, like, it was like a panic.
Mhm.
What am I going to do? Like me, for instance, you know, I've been doing this stuff since I was 12. You
Right.
know, coming around, like, like Bunny Sigler and T Life and Dexter and all these guys, Sam Peaks and all these people, like, people that I learned, and the one thing that I never let go of, no matter how successful musically I was,
Mm.
I kept my 9 to 5 job.
Yeah.
I kept it. I kept it. And it's like funny because, like, the people that do know me, when they saw me on different things, they said, the first thing they said, man, why are you doing this? Why are you working here? And I say, maybe another 5 or 10 years you'll understand why. you know but like, to go on, like the musical thing, this is what like the artists do. And just like Terry was saying, like, I have to say too, about the lady and her, like, brother
Yeah.
that did the thing, because I saw that, and I said, wow, man, that's like amazing,
Mhm.
and it had a catchable um spirit about it. Like, it wasn't so much about the music and the song, but it was the vibe of what they were doing, which touched into, like, people's hearts, because that's where it was. And
Mhm.
this is why sometimes people that that may make their own, like, music, and they may, like, shoot it on Facebook or on YouTube or something, and all of a sudden it goes, like, viral. It goes viral because they hit on the spiritualness, which is in our bodies naturally,
Yes.
and it did, like, something to our psyche that made us attractive to it, and
Yes.
that's the key. Like Bunny used to tell me all the time. He used to say, man, you may write like 20 songs and only have one hit in all those 20.
Mm-hmm.
you know we like every single song because we created it.
Yes.
Mhm.
But as far as, to get that one hit, just like Terry did with the Closer Than Close,
Mhm.
how many songs, like, writing do we do? We write many, many, many songs, and some of it's coming out at the right time, posting it at the right time, you know, and you know, because that stuff that goes like viral, you look at it and it's got 1 million and something hits. I'm saying, how did they do that? You
Yeah.
know, so
Okay.
so that's part of it also.
Terry, let me get your input here.
Well, I like what Johnny said, and it's real important. I don't know if you know the video or the Facebook posting, but there's a guy that I'm pretty sure he's gay, and if he's not gay, he's acting gay. But he has on the high heels, and he does flips and stuff like he acts like he's a ninja warrior or something, but he's dressed like he's a guy, but he's dressed like a girl,
Uh,
and and he does these backwards flips. Also combine that with there's a guy, he does this thing on I think it's on skates, and he just like he'll be in the middle, somebody will be in the middle of a video, and he just skates by, like without even moving his feet. He just goes by,
mm,
and and that guy got millions and millions of views.
Mm-hmm.
uh-huh.
What Johnny is saying is, if that guy who has those millions of views had a song,
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
had a song,
Sure.
he's
Yes,
already
sir.
got the platform. He's
You
already got
got
the.
it.
He's
Yeah.
not waiting for
Sure.
2 million views. He's already
Yes, sir.
Right.
got 2 million views.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Right.
sir.
So only if only a quarter
Yes,
of the
sir.
people that he's connected to
Yes, sir.
downloaded his song,
Yes,
that's
sir.
500,000.
Yes, sir.
Right. Right.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir.
it's a good time during this pandemic. Maybe if you're not sure of maybe to come up with something on
Yeah.
Facebook other than music.
Yes.
See what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
Yes.
Definitely.
To launch your projects and stuff off of by not considering the music and considering all that, but considering your
Hmm.
audience,
Yes,
like
sir.
a following. And I
Hmm.
know that's true what Johnny said because a lot of people got signed to Philly International and all that. I was
Hmm.
sitting around saying, well, where did they get these people from, man? This guy from down south, he played the guitar. He looked like but
Yeah.
unbeknownst to me,
Right.
this guy is big, like in Louisiana,
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
all of Louisiana follows him, and then the surrounding states. So maybe he's
Right.
known in Philadelphia, New Jersey, and Delaware. You see what
Hmm.
I'm saying? And he
Hmm.
got signed for that reason because he already had. They already knew that if he was going to sell a certain amount of product
Yes, sir.
without even no promotion at
Yes,
all,
sir.
Right.
just on the strength of his
Right.
visibility and his being known,
Yes,
and I
sir.
guess his shows,
Right.
and he got a following. So
Mm-hmm.
Right.
that was great, Johnny.
But excuse
Uh,
me a moment. I just want to say something to our Facebook fans. Winnington Still, yes, limitless creativity. Hi, Whittington. Patricia Atkins, thank you for joining in, guys. Benny Barksdale. Benny says, hi, Doris and guests. It's so great to see you all. And it's great to hear from you too, Benny. Whittington is on again saying still exactly. Patricia says, good evening, Doris, Gil, and guests. Whittington says, Bunny was my friend. And
mm,
Whittington says again, because it funded your passion. Noel Green joined. Hi, Noel. And then Kevin Besser agreed. Launch a project that can maybe serve as a platform for your music.
mm,
Excellent. Thank you guys for your support.
all
And I
right.
want to thank you too because you gave some good information out there to the public about what they can do and how they can continue the musical journey and how they can use transferable skills to keep themselves going through this, these
Right.
times.
Right.
Okay. So I want
Okay.
to thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. And any closing statements before we close?
Well, I just want to say shortly, because we were first starting out with the old school like
Yeah.
music,
Yes.
you know, that I just want to let everyone know that there's still a very lucrative market
Yeah.
for old school music. It's just that the timing has changed. The years have changed. Even the younger folks, like love it because they sample it. They're redoing tunes. They're doing they're pulling in the old school. They even have old school artists that they're doing like videos with. You
Yeah.
know, so like the interest is there. And getting to my point, this is why my wife and I, Carol, we started the like Keiki Productions, which is this is what we do. You know, we do the old school shows, and we've had very good success with it because people are dying to come out and hear that kind of music that reminds them when they were teenagers and the good times and things like that. So I just want to let our like listeners know that there still is a good market for it.
It's a good market for old school music. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, yes. And I think I want to ask you this. Some of the things that you want the younger crowd to remember about old school music is what, Kim?
Well, remember that old school music has music itself has a life. It has a pulse. And when it's played, when there's certain chord progressions that are played and certain words that are sung and like the melodies that it's sung in, it touches our souls, and it gives us it can touch into our emotions. This is what old school music was all about.
Yeah.
All of these songs, songs that made you happy, songs that you cried to,
Mm.
songs that put
Yes.
you in remembrance of things. This is what old school music does. Don't lose the soul of music, the life of it. Music has a pulse. And
You're right.
you
Okay.
know,
All right. Any comments on old school music? Terry Price?
No. The only comment I have is in all of this coming from the platform we started with this today about this pandemic and stuff,
Uh-huh.
is to tell your listeners, whether young or old, the key to all of this stuff, they ain't wearing a mask. It's putting God first.
man,
Yeah.
there
If
you
you put
go.
if you put God first, if you put God first, He'll keep you in perfect peace, and you won't worry about it. Still wear a mask to protect other people.
Right.
You
Absolutely.
ain't leaving here until He say you leaving here,
Yes.
Hey, amen,
and
Terry.
Yes.
and 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 you got to be here in order to even make music. So
Yeah.
Terry, are you on do your church
drugs, no.
no. Do they do streaming on Sunday? Do they do streaming? Mount
Uh,
Airy Church of God?
uh, no. Well, we're not streaming. Huh? No, that's the
No?
wrong church. Mount Airy Baptist, two different churches.
Okay,
Mhm.
Mount
Yeah,
Airy
they're
Baptist.
about 5 blocks away from each other, but they're different churches.
Oh, Church of
Mm.
God and Baptist. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All
But
right.
no, we're not streaming. He's actually I did the church's webpage. You can actually go to the church's webpage and see
Mm.
and have service. And we're just starting to reopen the church, and they got it situated so that you sit far apart and you wear your mask. And,
Okay.
it's gonna take some time coming back,
All right.
but all during that time we had Bible study online, like we're doing right now.
Okay.
Matter of fact, we had Bible study last night with
Yeah,
our
we
pastor.
yeah we did too, Terry.
Okay, yeah.
Johnny, you want to say some closing comments? Johnny,
Uh, you said, do I want to take some closing comments?
do you want to say some
Oh,
closing?
yes, I would. Yeah, yeah. I want to say it was an honor being on with Terry and Kim,
Yes, yes,
guys
yes,
that
yes,
have been in this
yes.
business for quite some time. And I remember uh, being in, well, I don't want to make this sound older. Well, I don't care, but I don't want to offend anybody because I'm never ashamed. I'm never ashamed to say how old I am.
Amen.
I'll never understand that. I'll never understand how you say out of your mouth, "Thank God," and then the next minute you say, "Don't be asking me how old I am."
Yeah.
When God has blessed you to see another day.
Right.
I'll never understand that. But whoever, you know, I don't want to disrespect anybody, but I remember being in high school with Got My Mind Made Up. And that was a major tune for us.
Yeah.
Major, you know, it was a major tune for us that we played in the bands all the time, you know. So
what
it's
you
just an
but you set me up with that one, John.
I didn't mean any harm by that.
No,
Hey,
I'm
listen,
just
hey Kim,
huh?
hey Kim, I'm gonna tell you something though. There was 2 songs in my lifetime, no, 3 songs in my lifetime that I knew there was gonna be a major change.
Okay.
Right? One was I Got My Mind Made Up. When I first heard that, I was like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah.
Got my mind made up. Come on. Oh, that was crazy. The other song was by doom, 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 doom. What's the guy's name? Go. I can't think of the title. It's the 2 white guys. The one played the guitar and one played the piano. Hall and Oates.
Oh, hold on. Oh, I can.
Can't go for that.
Yeah, I can't go for that. Yeah.
That was the first time I ever heard a drum machine.
Okay.
Drum machine drums. Right. And that the other one was a Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
Sexual Heal.
Yes.
Those 3 songs. But that Come On Get It. When I got on the dance floor with that, boy, I was crying. Please stop this song.
Yeah, that was a powerful song.
That was the call for the dance floor. Yeah.
Well, listen, brothers, that's an honor hearing that from the 2 of you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, and I want to thank you for joining me tonight. Okay, and you are available if someone wants to contact you. You are available, right?
Yes.
Okay, so give me your emails real quick. Would you just say them for me?
Mine is easy. KYM, KimOnGuitar@gmail.com.
KimOnGuitar@gmail.com. Okay.
Mine is Grant and then Terry behind it. So Grant Terry 27 at Gmail.
Grant Terry 27 at gmail.com. Okay. Johnny?
Mine is a little difficult. Mine is Croom, my last name, CROOM, as in Mary, the letter N, and the word music. Croom and music at yahoo.com.
Okay.
All right.
Croom and music.
Well, thank you very, very much. And we hope to see you soon. Okay. We'll stay connected.
God bless you. Thanks, Doris.
Thank you, guys. It was a pleasure.
All right.
God bless.
Terry, John.
God bless.
God bless you too.
All right.